So this is what I got from a thrift store. You can do the same. It's a couple feet long, so that's good, right? That's 6 feet or whatever. And so what we're going to do is we're going to snip this off. The head, this is the end that you don't need, right? Okay, so basically we just cut the head off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lightly score this outside sheet, this insulation, strip that off so that we can get the 2 phase wires that we don't need out of the way, and we can get the green ground good, GGG, green ground good, okay? That's the one wire that we really do want. Okay, so let's do that now. Close. We only need the green one for grounding, so we're going to trim off the phase wires, the black and white one. Just trim them. These wires we're not going to need. These 3 prongs right here, these 2 are where the power comes in when you plug this into the wall. This is where the ground wire comes in. Maybe if we have a moment, we're going to go outside and take a look at a ground rod, which connects to the grounding system in the house. So you look over here and you see the plug. This bottom plug corresponds to this bottom ground prong, and these 2 are where the power comes in. So we don't need those power wires. So what we'll do, we'll trim one a bit shorter than the other. This will just take a quick second. You can use a scissor really if it came down to it, but these are $1 in the thrift store, these, or whatever, dollar store or something like that. And then you might take a Band-Aid and just tape up these and then put them back in the sheath. Okay, so we'll get to that later. That's minutia. All you need to know is that we don't need this power. We can tear these off if we really wanted to, because people might be concerned that, oh, well, I don't want to electrocute myself. It has nothing to do with it. The grounding is the only issue. When you tape these up, you're going to have no power in this grounding part. Now what we're about to do, and we'll pause in a quick second, is we're going to strip off this and make a loop so that the copper, when we touch it to our skin, presumably for the most period of time when we sleep, which is what I do, right? I'll tuck this into my clothes so it's making contact with my skin, and then I'm grounded. That will reduce my electrical potential, the extra electromagnetic pollution that we get in our daily lives from our cell phones, from our laptops, from our TVs, from whatever, from everything all around us. We can now dump that to ground. Okay, so now we strip this wire. Okay, what we're doing now, we do a little bit at a time. There's guys that are way better at this than me. I'm by no means a professional electrician. But by taking this, lightly scoring it, and pulling it off in sections, what we're looking to do, people could do this with their teeth better than I can do it with tools. Now, because we're going to make this into a loop to touch to our skin, we want to take the ones that are a little short, that broke when we brutally cut it, right? So the short ones, I'm going to pull to the side. I'm going to cut a little bit longer so I can make the loop a bit longer. And then we'll put a band-aid on the end of it to hold the loop together. And that will just feel nice and soft. Copper is very, very soft. Which I think is so funny, because when they talk about the pyramids and stuff, oh, the pyramids are built by, a man that was not that sophisticated. Are you joking? And they did it with copper tools. Copper tools cannot cut any of that super hard, super cool granite that they had. There's just no way. It wouldn't have worked. It was way too soft. Okay, so now let's get that one stray that we had. I like to keep this end piece off because that will consolidate all those pieces. Incidentally, for those who are still doing the churchianity thing, God bless you. I love you too. Is that Καλό Pascha means good Easter in Greek. And in Greek, we say Christos Anesti, which means Christ is risen, and Alithos Anesti is the correct reply, so which means truly he is risen, and that's what we say on Greek Easter. But hey, whatever. Let's not get dogmatic today, shall we? So I'll pull out a little bit. Now I'll take this like this, right? And I'll get a band-aid. I don't want you to see me fumble with a band-aid. This, because it's good for the skin, right? It feels nice to be touching the skin. So this little piece of loot, it's going to go right there. Now, this is a grounding cord. Cost virtually nothing. This was $1 in the thrift store. Right, there's an old computer cord. I got this just yesterday in another thrift store, and it's a super long, heavy-duty cord. The end was even clipped off for me. So now I'll just trim this down, take off the phase wires, do the same thing that I just did with this ground wire. Looks like this is a bit heavier than this one too, doesn't it, right? And this one is much longer. So that means you plug it in, maybe you're going to a motel or something, you're not going to be sleeping at home, plug that into the wall, and you just touch this, and that's going to be grounded. Hey boy. Okay. So put that on pause. All right, so we're going right now to a grounding system outside a very average home. Electric meter, there's a disconnect. This is a ground wire. Ground, green, good, right? Green is good, ground is good. Here's a bare copper wire, and you see that it's touching right down here. This is a ground rod. National Electric Code, at least in the United States, says that either you drive 2 ground rods, or you drive 1 ground rod, and boom, 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 right? You bang that down into the ground. It's supposed to be 10 foot down. And this is supposed to be tested as an electrician puts in a grounding system for a house. I just noticed that this clip came off. And this is supposed to test to be under 25 ohms. Ohms is a measure of resistance, electrical resistivity, and this will then be able to take any unwanted electrical energy off of the home's electrical system. They can do 1 and test it, or they can drive 2 rods, and then that precludes the need for any testing. So what do most electricians do? They just bang a second ground rod in. Either they'll do one underneath with a coupler, or they'll do one right beside it and bond. Bond just means tying in. So when you plug this into your outlet inside the house, you're tying into the ground over here. There are lightning and grounding systems that are specifically designed to dissipate energy, and they're made with lots of these ground rods, and they'll dump energy down to under 10 ohms. The really good ones for sensitive electronics are under 5 ohms of electrical resistivity. Hope that helped you some, but we gotta fly, And also, this video is getting a little bit too long. Any questions, post them on the comments. Energy E, that's me. Hope we helped you. And talk to you later. Bye.